My name is Jennifer Schooley, and I'm one of the sisters that runs Apple Hill Lavender here in Norfolk County. Behind me you see the Paula Red trees. We picked Paula Reds earlier this week, but these are the oldest trees that we have on our farm right now. This farm has been in our family since 1906, and I've been working here for about 6 months, but I grew up on this farm, so I kind of know what to expect and what I'm doing. A lot of my work right now is harvest is sort of getting into the full swing. We're starting to pick a lot of apples. A lot of my work is working on the tractor, a tractor that's been around as long as I've been alive, which is a wonderful opportunity to be able to ride on, I guess. But it's out in the middle of the open and there's no air conditioning, and days like this are the days where I wish that there was air conditioning, so. My sister and I are taking over the farm from my parents together as we move forward. We have 38 acres of apples and we have about 10 acres of lavender and medicinal herbs, and we're planting some more chamomile and elderberries this year, which is really exciting. So we get to take the farm and diversify and sort of figure out how we're going to move the farm forward and keep it going. Okay, so we're open from May till the end of December, and when you come to the farm, you are absolutely welcome to be able to tour the grounds that we have behind us. We have this small little block of trees that you can sit under and picnic. We have a beautiful lavender field that you can walk through. Even though we have just harvested all of the lavender, it's not purple anymore, it still looks really cool because of the way that the rows are planted. And we have a medicinal herb garden that's really informative as well. We have a lot of educational plaques that people can read and learn about so that they can experience the farm from our perspective and learn more about the natural world around them and our different agricultural practices that we have going on here. We also have an amazing store that my sister runs and markets with her pottery, and all of the products that we sell in the store are products that we grow here and make here on the farm as well. So that's something to expect when you come to visit Apple Hill Lavender. So oftentimes people think that we grow or that we sell our apples right from our farm, which we don't. We belong to a cooperative called the Norfolk Fruit Growers Association. So there are a bunch of apple and fruit farmers that belong to the NFGA, and we've been members since 1906 when the NFGA started. And we take all of our apples there. They're stored in cold storage on that property, and the amazing people that work at the Norfolk Fruit Growers Association are the ones that market it throughout the world. So it makes its way to grocery stores across Canada, North America, and probably in other places that I wouldn't be able to tell you because I don't know off the top of my head. No, we don't have pick your own here. We don't have pick your own because we run a very tight certification program, an international certificate food safety program that we run on the farm. And part of that certification is to make sure that nobody enters our orchard except for those of us that work here, so that we can ensure the safety and the food safety of the apples that we're selling to the public and across the world. So we have like 8 to 10 varieties that we grow on the farm right now. My personal favorite is called the Silken Apple. And no, you cannot buy that in the stores. It was a variety that was created, and it grows in, we've got about 1/8 of an acre that we grow here, but they can't sell it in the stores because it bruises so easily. But it's a beautiful apple, and anybody that knows me has probably gotten 1 or 2 here. I used to run parent and taught programs for the Early Years Center, and I used to bring my apples to program all the time, so any of the families watching might remember some of the apples that I brought to those programs. Those are my favorite. We also have Honeycrisp, Ambrosia, Gala, Empire, Macintosh, Cortland, Golden Supreme, Ginger Gold are the ones that we just picked, Paula Reds that you see behind me, the oldest dinosaur trees that we've got here. These are the old style of trees where they look like they're hulking over. Now we've got a lot of dwarf fruit trees that we grow, so they're tiny, they're tall, they grow a lot of fruit, but they're not monstrous trees anymore. They don't take up a lot of space, and we get a lot more bins per acre when we use the smaller trees. So. So we prune them like that. because if we didn't prune them at the top, they would just keep going up and up. So in the olden days, when my great-grandfather would have started, he would have been working in trees that would be the size of the tree, the cedar tree that's beside us right now. Huge trees that they would have had ladders to have to climb to the top. It would have been really labor intensive to spray them, to pick them, to thin them, and to prune them. But you didn't get a lot of apples because you didn't get a lot of sun inside of those trees. So now we have compact trees where the fruit's growing on the outside of the trees, where they get the sun, they get the moisture, they get bigger and redder and more beautiful. People like those in the markets. So it's a much different style now, but these are sort of the in-between from what my great-grandfather would have had and what we've got now. We've kept them just to sort of show people what they're like. We prune underneath them so that people can sit underneath and picnic and enjoy the canopy, and we prune on top so that they don't completely go skyrocketing, but they look cool because they've got that that hulk. It looks like they're leaning over like that, right? So it is pretty neat to look at. Yeah, they're as old as I am. They were planted the same year I was born, so sentimental. You can always check us out. You can check out our farm's website at www.applehilllavender.com. We're also on Instagram. If you Google Apple Hill Lavender on Instagram. We're also on Facebook, of course, and I also have my own Facebook page that I love to share a lot of cool informational things about farming, because this is my first year as a full-time farmer. So you can check that out at Farmer Jenn. That's the name on Facebook. And yeah, well, thank you so much, everybody, for visiting me at the farm. Have a great fall.